Just hit the record button and let it flow. This is an encouraging word that I want to bring forward for those that may be in the same inner twirls going on within your spirit. It's like we know something is going on. As above, so below, something is going on. It feels like a lot of anticipation, and it basically has to do with the winter seasons of our lives, where we're put on the shelf. I know quite a lot of us has the experience of feeling like we're put on the shelf. No one is paying attention to us. No one is choosing us. No one is cooperating with our plan. Just feeling like everything is on hold. Nothing's moving. You know, we've all had these times in our lives, and they will come and they will go. But we're learning how to wean or weave our way through the ebbs and flows of the different things that comes up in our lives. We're learning how to handle them in a wiser manner. You know, because during these winter seasons where we're feeling like things aren't moving, they're taking too long. It's just, why is this happening? When will this change? Is it gonna be like this forever? That's what is called winter seasons of our lives, and it looks different for all of us. But the same lesson is being learned, taught to all of us, which is patience, long suffering, endurance. How to have joy even in the long suffering. How could joy and suffering go together in the same sentence, in the same chapter of our lives? There is a way. And that's what God is teaching us, to come out of these challenges that we face in our lives during winter season. How we come out on top. Because it's like you have to go in and face life head on, knowing certain things. And one of the certain things that we have to know is that nothing is supposed to take our joy away. There is a lot created in this world to take our happiness away. But happiness is from without. Happiness is like emotions. They fluctuate. That's why you can't live a life trusting on, does it feel good? As we know, everything that feels good to you is not good for you. So you can't base your life on just a high vibration. A high vibration depending on feelings, emotions, happiness is a form of deception. You're deceiving yourself. We're setting ourselves up. I don't have to be happy, but I do choose to be joyful. And joyful is how we're navigating our way through life, especially during the winter season when we can't see our way, when we don't know for sure, when we're coming up to the edge of a cliff. I haven't said that word in a long time. Sounds funny, but that's how a lot of us is feeling right now, like we're at the edge of a cliff and God is asking us to jump off. To jump. I got you. You haven't seen this picture before. It looks familiar, but something in your spirit is telling you, jump. This isn't the time to get, just like we're not depending on our emotions, our feelings to be the determining factor of whether to jump or not. We're not going to also let what it looks like determine whether we jump or not. But God is asking us to check on your feelings, check on your thoughts. Because we're not going to let our mind be the determining factor. Because the mind will get judgmental, where we'll start judging people and things and circumstances according to what it used to do or what it has done in the past. God is asking us to do that. But don't let that be your determining factor of whether you jump off this cliff or not. And don't let your feelings also be the determining factor of whether this feels good. Because even the very elect, if we're not careful, can be deceived. So all of these things are included in on our decision making. But the only decision making within our spirit is our spirit, not our feelings and emotions, and not our calculated thoughts, analyzing and judging every situation. But yet everything is included. You need your feelings, you need your thoughts, how they're working together to decide. But that deciding factor within us is the spirit. And how are we having joy in the midst of long suffering and patience, endurance? You got to look at that. And God being faithful as the Spirit is, everything is right within our midst of what we need. Nothing missing. I don't care where we are in life, something is right there. Whether it's a person, whether it's something, some substance, something is right. Everything we need is right there. But we're looking through the eyes of faith. We're looking through the eye of knowing. This is the key. You got to know this. And that's what will help you keep that joy, help you enjoy the process, and not just waiting on the expected end. It's something that's drawing me to this edge of the cliff. Your heart pouncing, it's getting more and more scarier, or more and more exciting, or more and more something challenging. You may be sweating in the palm of your hands, up under your armpits, for the up and coming decisions that need to be made. And we can't only go by how we feel. We can't only go by, this looked too much like the past. We gotta slow down. We gotta just sit back and see what God is doing in these situations. We can't be too quick to dismiss, and we can't be too quick to just accept. No, we're wiser. The Bible says something like, if your eye be single, your whole body is full of light. God is bringing us to the point where our decision core maker is single. We're not depending on nothing on the outside. None of these flying thoughts in and out, back and forth, up and down, emotions up and down, happy one day, sad the next day. I have to be single. What is our decision core maker? It's the Spirit. And the Bible says the joy of the Lord is our strength. We have to, in the midst of the process we're going through, to be able to go through step by step on a knowing, not just walking this path of life without knowing something. Even when we don't see our way through, we know something. Even when God is sitting us down, having us to wait, being patient, enduring suffering, enduring not having what we want at the time. It's something that we hold on to from within that's helping us get through these storms or winters of our lives. And that's knowing that we may not see, but we know somebody that does see. And when that time comes, in spite of what we know, it will be manifested. We don't have to try to force it. If it don't fit, don't force it. We're not settling anymore. That's why we need our feelings. That's why we need our thoughts. We've been down the path where you're trying to make something happen. You're trying to force your way you want things to be. With God, everything flows. It don't feel good to force pieces together. It doesn't feel good when other situations isn't smoothly going along with our situation. So we learn how that feels, and we learn what it looks like. Action speaks louder than words. We don't go by no one's words. We're now knowing wisdom shows actions. I'd rather you show me than tell me anything. We've learned not to just accept things face value. So yes, we need our feelings, emotions. We need our thoughts. But that grows up as well. Not being tossed to and fro everywhere. Not being so undecisive. Those are all learning tools that we now know how to use. And God is asking us to navigate our way through life. Let our eye be single. Let something within us be the determining factor in our decision making. And that is within the midst of turmoil, suffering, and patience, and all of that, there's joy reaching out. And that's not happiness. I'm not happy. We're not aesthetic happy. And I'm not going to fake happy. But I know I'm joyful. I know God with me. I know God see what I don't see. I know God is working things out for my good. That stuff brings joy to your heart. That stuff helps you sit back and watch God. That's what brings excitement within the challenges of life. To see how it's going to turn out and to know it's going to turn out because God is in control. And that will bubble up in you as joy. And that's our strength. That's how we hold on and push through and know that God is with you every step of the way. That's keeping our eyes single. And our whole body is full of light. Where the Bible say, the word is a lamp unto our feet. Sometimes all we can see is that lamp shining down on our feet. All we can see is one step at a time. And that's what we have to know. We're taking this one step at a time, one decision at a time. But that lamp that's being shined on our feet, we can know with joy in our heart, sooner or later, it's finna light up our whole path. We can see our way clear. But right now, I'm feeling like all I can see is a step ahead of me. Keep moving towards the direction of where I know my heart is leading me. I don't see my way. Nothing around me is fitting what I picture. But God knows. And there's something that I know within me too that keeps me on a joyful attitude. Now, I won't even say attitude or joyful overlook. Just a joyful inner look. I see something. You see something. And if you trust in God, it'll add joy to help you carry on and not try to manipulate life to fit in your mold. As we're molding life, God is molding us. So yeah, I hope the message is coming forward. But these are times where we may feel like we're sitting on a shelf just waiting. And then when opportunities come our way, it may look like the past, and we may say judgmental things and think judgmental things that will stop us from maybe taking an opportunity that God has put before us. God is asking us to use our analytics. God is asking us to use our emotions. We know we're not going to gravitate towards anything that don't look, sound, feel like God, like good. But let us not be deceived. Those are not our determining factors. Our determining factor in this walk of life is your spirit, and only your spirit within. That's the determining factor. I'm going to leave it here because I feel like saying any more, it may get confusing to some. But have a blessed day.